I'm Alan Robarge, and you're watching One Reason Why. Let's talk about one reason why the phrase, "just let it go," is irritating. I find it unhelpful and irritating when our culture and individual people in that culture, in our world, in our family, could be friends and loved ones who mean well and want to be helpful. There's a dismissive quality to the phrase, "just let it go." And it is a crazy-making statement because the nature of mind, of how things work in our mind, we don't just flip a switch and instantly conjure up the feeling state of contentment and happiness and freedom and forgiveness. If we could do that, we would. However, the culture, many people have this kind of shorthand suggestion that is sometimes used to also distance themselves from others. It could also be code. The phrase, "just let it go," is code for "please shut up and leave me alone." It's irritating to be told, well, just let it go, because there's no such thing as the word just. You can't just let it go. Letting go is a process. It's a series of inner negotiations and feeling states and working with the layers of your own suffering and working with the layers and the nuance of how you're trying to assign meaning and bring understanding and find not complete, absolute peace, but moments of peace, moments of contentment, moments of surrender where you can begin to shift and notice the distancing from a very painful experience, the distancing from a grief that has held you in its grips, from an anger, from having been crushed or betrayed or abandoned or abused, or whatever the story is, the life experience of this real world suffering that you're grappling with. And our culture does not value the grappling. The culture values the end product and feeling good. The culture values just pop out of your suffering and feel content and happy and joyful. And as long as you err on the side of these more positive feeling states, well, then that's the way to be. There's something inherently crazy making about this, because if you look around, if you are any bit of a thinking person who listens and who pays attention, if you look around not only in your own life, but in your neighbors' lives and in the lives of other people beyond your scope of your little world and people around the globe, we all know there is such profound suffering. The goal, the intention of working with suffering is not necessarily to just let it go and get over it. The goal is to deepen our awareness of our own inner world experience, of how we cultivate compassion for the parts of us that are chronically hurting, that are still in suffering, most probably will continue to be in suffering, and if it releases itself from this current state, we pretty much can guarantee that something is going to happen in the world, and something's going to happen in our life, and something's going to happen by right of being a human being, that more suffering and confusion and difficult struggle is on the horizon. That is not a message of pessimism, that's a message of reality. So when we are grappling, when we are in a noble struggle with our suffering, with our grief, are feeling crushed at the end of a relationship, or feeling the ongoing lament of not feeling close and connected to family members. The approach to work with such profound, human, impossible challenge is not to meet it with the very simplistic, almost non-thinking statement or denying statement. It's a statement that denies reality. The statement of just let it go. Now, of course, there's some goodness. Just let it go means, hey, look at the degree of your habitual mind of how you're not giving yourself a break, or that quality of always, the phrase picking at it. You just keep picking at it and picking at it. Yes, just let it go could mean pause, stop, take a break, get new perspective, open the window, put your head out the window and get some fresh air. However, it's also used and intended to mean get your shit together, quit complaining, shut up, and move on. It's a very aggressive thing to say. It's so aggressive. It also sometimes means I do not have the capacity to listen to you, to bring empathy, to join you in the depths of this noble struggle as you grapple with your suffering. And because I have so much limitation and I'm unable to join you in that place, I instead am going to offer you the directive, just let it go. Just let it go. So then neither of us have to really go there. Neither of us really have to go into the working and the reworking of those layers of grief and layers of struggle and layers of confusion. So one reason why the phrase just let it go is so irritating is because it's an incredible simplistic thing to say to another person who is in the throes and the depths of their quite confusing and painful suffering as a human being. I hope that this was helpful. If you like this video and want to watch others like it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, if you want to learn more about me, please do at alanrobarge.com. And thank you for watching.